But we got Team EXO is going to be on your left side. Mu World Order will be on your right side. So far out of game in this week 2 matchup, we do have a couple bans. Looks like EXO is banning Crustal, and Mu World Order, they are banning Umbreon. So a couple of games or a couple bans outside of the game. Outside, once we get to draft, we'll have 2 more on each side. But what do you think about those 2 bans?
I think it's going to a tune of maybe more defender bans. I feel like this could be a real chance for both teams to really just kick out a lot of the defenders, and maybe we're going to be seeing more Lapras Snorlax mirrors. So who knows? Um, It'll be really interesting to see what teams really start out the draft with, particularly Mu World Order with their first 2 picks. I feel like is really going to set the tempo for how this draft is going to go.
Yeah, I mean, you already see it already. Neither one of those teams want to deal with a couple of those defenders, so going to be kind of slim pickings on defenders. Obviously, things like Snorlax, Slowbro are on the table. Trevenant's still around and creeping up. Obviously, I think Trevenant might be one of the better defenders right now. Blastoise is permanent banned for this entire season. So you're kind of just stuck with only, a handful of defenders available to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the opportunity, I feel like there's no way that like Trevenant's going to be able to go through this
No,
draft.
no way.
No
No
shot.
shot. No shot.
So like I feel like it's gonna be honestly X Factor to I feel like we might see some support first picks. That's gonna be like a really big swing. Seeing which team will take Hoopa if they do
Yeah.
will be also like super impactful. So still like a lot of things that can happen even with like a lot of like the meta defenders banned out. And it's gonna be a lot more like team fighting, like brawly kind of comps.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's always fun to watch. I mean, when brawly fighting comps kind of start making their way in, the thing that I think about a lot is that doesn't get picked a ton is Scissor. That thing is just a brawl machine. Very few things can like just counter it, and when there's no range. Um, so I love Scissor. I think it's one of those Pokemon that are kind of slept on. If you get level 15, like 13, 14, 15, that thing just stays alive forever.
Yeah. I really wish that Bullet Punch had like a little bit better priority on its targeting
Yeah.
sometimes, because it does feel like sometimes you just bullet punch the slightly wrongest way, and that like
Mm-hmm.
shot that you thought you had lined up into like an enemy backliner that's running away on 2 HP just barely whiffs, and then you're ready to just throw your controller into oblivion. So, um,
Make a
but
controller holder in the wall.
yeah, we are what we have, and I do agree though, Kyle. I do feel like it's an option that isn't explored a lot. Like it's that like mobility and like damage that like Rampage Dragonite like kind of wishes that it has or that it had without like having to commit to the Dragon Dance moveset. So, it'll be interesting to see. I still think like Serena's perfectly playable right now. So like, and then like both teams could either bring out Mime here as well if all of these like defenders start getting banned. So we'll see where
Mm-hmm.
we go.
Hey, getting some of the ready pings from the team. Looks like MWO is ready. Waiting for XO to give me the green light. But I'm taking a peek here. Looks like pretty standard rosters. No real switches. I think a lot of these players. And you know what, Ribbon? I love when teams stick together. I mean, there's something to be said about a team that sticks it out through the end. Um, you have so many people that switch teams and all that, and I think there's just like not enough incentive to stick around and like try to get better as a unit. Um,
Hmm.
and I don't know. I love these grassroots leagues because I do think that it's like one of the few avenues that like rewards that. because
Yeah.
UCS doesn't, right? Like if you break up mid-season, you just like kind of tag onto a team that you know has a hodgepodge of championship points. So, but
Yeah,
I
like I feel like
digress.
this is like that just in like the champion point incentives is
Hmm.
why like nobody sticks together because like you want your best shot at worlds. So like say your team does really well, but then like it's just like for like a meta or like some nerfer pick happens and now suddenly like you're a little bit exploited. So it's like I feel like it's just a byproduct of championship points. It'll get fixed out eventually, hopefully.
Yeah, I
But
I don't doubt it.
but getting into things, EXO is opening with a Blissey ban here. Glaceon getting knocked off the map. And then there goes Trevenant, just like we called. And then following with a Leafeon as well. Pretty standard bans. It'll be interesting to see what EXO first picks here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that Leafeon ban, knowing that EXO has a couple of players that I know play it. But right now they're lining up on the mime. I didn't think that was going to last. They do lock in that first pick Slowbro. They got their tank. And like you said, Ribbon, when you knock out some of these defenders, you kind of have to, call your defenders a little bit earlier than maybe you would in a traditional format.
Okay, New World Order secures the Eldegoss here along with the Crustles. So, very like safe picks here from both sides. I do really like this priority on the Slowbro first pick because
Mm,
now, like, say you want to take a dive option in that Gyarados,
we're gonna have a
or if
redraft.
New World Order wants to play drive, you've kind of controlled the tempo and really gotten what you want there. XO early Sableye lock.
No, there's a redraft.
Oh,
Crustle was picked on accident
oh,
because that was one of the ones that
oh,
was banned in
oh
pre.
yeah, that was oh yeah, it was banned in pre. Oh, okay, all right. Well, we'll clean it up.
Yeah, so
Oopsie.
we'll get this. Yeah, yeah, it happened. Misclicks, especially like when the game doesn't allow you to pre-program the ban in the lobby. It's one of the things that happens. A
Or
buggy game too.
or oh yeah, no, like there's like I mean, we've all had that time in draft where like we hover over a pick and then it's like stuck on the pick and next to it and then you hit A and now you're suddenly Cinderace instead of Decidueye and you're like, what am I doing?
Oh yeah, I've had those. I very much have had those moments, and they're not fun. It was like, oops. Like what happened last night in draft. What did I banned something really dumb because like I couldn't get over to something in time. I think I banned like that wasn't like the dumbest thing, but I banned not what I wanted to ban. Like I banned like a Pikachu or something. I can't remember what I got. Or like I don't know if you've done this before, but like you completely like accidentally ban, like you get first ban or whatever, and you accidentally ban your favorite Pokemon that you have locked in, and then just immediate sadness.
Oh, yeah, nope, I have done it once. We've done it once. I accidentally just fidgeted on X and banned Leafeon and wasn't thinking, and I was like, "Oops." Huh. But yeah, I do like this first pick Slowbro from EXO. Like I said earlier, it is gonna really control the draft. It's gonna be if Mew will order, probably I feel like they'll just maybe take Snorlax
Hmm.
instead of the Crustle, and along with that Eldegoss. Uh and picking the Eldegoss early makes me think that New World Order isn't interested in Hoopa, which allows
Mm.
EXO now that free valuable like little gleam of information even like through a misdraft. So um it could be like something that EXO wants to play out, or if they're not interested in playing Hoopa either, they can just they still have Clefable up and ready. You know, Umbreon's off the board right now, but you can also go Mime. Like you can just like opt to leave that Hoopa off the board, and then that's something you don't have to worry about and pick ban phase for your next game.
True. Very true. All right, taking a peek here, getting the teams all set. So just to give everybody a heads up. So the bans are going to stay the same. So we'll keep the same bans. EXO is going to first pick Slowbro. New World Order is going to be picking Eldegoss, and then we'll resume draft as is. With no Crustle. Umbreon, Crustle, Buzz, Blastoise, all banned. And we have EXO, or Team MWO. They are ready. In-game bans, yep. Pussy, Glace, Tree, Leaf. Ready. All right, we are ready, and we are going back to it. Game number 1, Mew World Order versus Team EXO.
Yep. So, I really do like I was saying earlier. I really wonder if EXO wants to take the Hoopa for their support now, because I feel like if Hoopa gets through the draft, then maybe this Blissey ban that's a little bit preemptive there from EXO doesn't need to go, especially like if they can get first pick, or like not like put themselves in a position where they have to worry about like supporters being nished out. Oh,
True.
they're going for the Mimikyu. Okay,
Mimikyu.
interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
I mean, it's it's going to be tough if with that Slowbro, right? But it is a counter to Slowbro. So that's actually kind of, it can't really KO it as easy as some of the other Pokemon that shred tanks, but being able to essentially negate a Slow Beam is utility in itself.
Yeah, and you could try to put a net on this Gyarados, but that net's only gonna hold for so long, Kyle. I do really feel like this Mimikyu pick is gonna need to really snowball against this Gyarados, or Mew World Order is gonna be really struggling. They do have the Sylveon to back things up, though, so EXO couldn't like possibly pivot to like a Lapras here, and like form like a double defender comp, but the XL is looking pretty comfy in draft to me right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be locking in potentially this Alolan Ninetales Dragonite combo. Dragonite doesn't get seen a lot in North America, but if you watch any of the Asia Champions League or the WC, like the different leagues around Asia, they absolutely adore Dragonite, and I see why. The amount of secure that Pokemon has, and I imagine that Earl will be going that Hyper Beam. It's insane.
Yeah, especially like even if you could like I personally like stacking on Dragonite and getting that attack weight stacks up so you can really just take maximum advantage of that Hyper Beam. Um, and Mew World Order really lacking a secure outside of a possible Cotton Crash or save a Wiggly Dazzling Gleam, as we've seen in solo queue a little bit here and there nowadays, especially on stream too. Outside of that Venu. So I really feel like EXO is just licking their lips right now. Especially having this Hoopa, they can go for the trick to really back up this Gyarados, back up this Dragonite, or still just stick with the portals, and I feel like they're gonna be fine either way.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said though, yeah, the Dragonite's going to have kind of a field day with being able to secure things. So as long as Earl is able to line up those Hyper Beams, keep that full heal ready so they don't get stunned out of it, because it does look like Mew World Order does have a little bit of CC on their side, so something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, they will have counterplay around this Wigglytuff, and even worse, like worst case situations, they will have the play with me just in case the Dragonite or the Gyarados gets too deep into the backline and they could look to punish. Mew World Order definitely has the reaction options, but EXO is definitely going to be controlling the tempo of this game.
Yeah, EXO does take that top Indeedee away from Mew World Order. Does look like this Sylveon is getting some stacks on this bottom path. Doesn't quite get their level 4 evolve, but they do grab 2 stacks. This Alolan Vulpix, though, peeling back on it now with Slowpoke, and this is, yep, there they go. That not able to get online as Sylveon. That's going to be very tough. Wigglytuff, though, does get online themselves.
Yeah, they'll be able to cover for this pretty early on. Just it's a nice, fun little scrapping, all indeed. Over in the top side, though, junglers are already at each other's throats. Kyle, Mew World Order walking away with multiple low health bars, and it looks like EXO was not able to close the gap on that Ivysaur.
Yeah, and just in a blink of an eye, they take all of that Altaria family, and they're making their way towards this tier 1 goal. They are able to get a 22 going in from Venusaur, got another 10 from this Eldegoss, and uh-oh, this extreme speed. Am I seeing that right on that Dragonair? That's not quite exactly what I had expected, but overall, Mew World Order taking a bit of an advantage here in this top path.
Yeah, I do think that signifies that Team EXO is looking for the outrage on this Dragonite. And I mean, it will be really great and helpful in closing the gap on that Alolan Ninetales and getting on top of them. They're going to really need to rely on that full heal to avoid that Blizzard combo, though.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough. That's a lot of CC, and this is a Solar Beam Venu, so pretty good secure tool on the side of Mew World Order as they look to engage onto this neutral fight. Slowbro goes down. A nice Hoopa Portal does send this Dragonair back to their jungle where they can farm up and maybe get their level 8, because it does look like Mew World Order is going to start trying to push into this tier 1 goal. Are they even able to get the scores that they are looking for? They aren't. And by the time that they get stunned out of it, 4 members down for EXO, looking to counter push or just hold before these 720 birds.
Yeah, what a great patient little combo there from that Alolan Ninetales. A few of those scores did leak in, but they were able to stop and hold, and with the perfectly timed Hoopa Portal to bring in the cavalry, they were able to punish Mew World Order's push. They're getting plenty of resets off of these portals and getting so much value out of them.
If you saw that, the had to eject out, the Hoopa had to eject over the Ninetales as Blizzard Avalanche combo. Almost got their own teammate trapped, but we do have a Regirock in this bot path. Wolf is looking to peel onto the Regirock along with Solar, looking to grip it and rip it. And I don't think EXO is none the wiser, because this is starting to go down. We are going to be able to get a secure. It's the Alolan Ninetales with this almost getting the Blizzard Avalanche, but it's the Venusaur that prevails, getting the secure that Regirock. First objective going over to Mew World Order.
Yeah, I think they're plenty fine trading a knockout there for that big buff, especially for this Dragonite that's already looking pretty big. This I believe that is Mystical Fire Sylveon there is going to be really nice in keeping this Dragonite and both, honestly, these dragon types at bay, just like a fairy type could.
Yeah, Wigglytuff is going to start diving in with that Sing. Here comes the Fairy Frolic. It falls down. The Secure actually going over to Gyarados. Now they're looking for that farm, and it is the Mimikyu that's going to be going down. Venusaur is next, and just like that, 4 members down on the side of Mew World Order. The Regieleki walks in, and a nice 38-point overcap to boot. Double KOs going both to Dragonite and Gyarados.
And that's why type advantages don't exist in this game, Kyle. Unfortunately, Mew World Order was trying to be the initiative right there and starting that team fight before that Regieleki went down, but EXO was able to hold, and with those fully nicely timed full heals, were able to really break through the CC that Mew World Order provided and really just snowball the fight before it even really started.
Yeah, Shadow Snake just barely misses, goes through the uprights of the Team XO. This basement Reggie's going to be spawning in 25 seconds, but it looks like XO is like starting to peel and maybe looking to score, but they do see 5 members of Mew World Order here to stop any thought of that.
Yeah, they are getting some value in this top side, even though EXO is having to burn a lot of Unites here. They get the Gyarados back cap in on the top tier 2. Gyarados looking to clean up with the Dragon Current, gets 1, follows up with 2. Mew World Order is going to have to run back to the safety of their pad.
Yeah, they are looking to hold this, at least for the time being. It's a Reg Ice, available for the taking for Team EXO. Doesn't look like New World Order is going to be able to get here and step in time. Dragonite gets the secure. No Hyper Beam, no problem. That Outrage is able to get the secure there. 420. And New World Order, they're looking to now take these Altaria families. Both teams kind of just hanging on this bottom path. Hoopa's going to maybe send some people top, but kind of just trading blows back and forth here for quite some time.
Yeah, but I feel like XO's really getting the more value out of these trades. This Dragonite and this Gyarados are both already level 12, while New World Order's carries are just barely chasing level 11 at the moment. XO is going to be able to send this Regieleki down the top lane and possibly try to set up through these Hoopa portals a push on this bot tier 1.
Yeah, we have Venusaur that is here looking to maybe throw some solar beams into him. Big snow globe from Ninetales helps get the KO on this Eldegoss, and Venusaur is going to be going down next. Sylveon trying to do their best to dive away from this Dragonite, who's diving halfway up that flux zone, looking for some blood. Unfortunately, Slowbro picked up too many points, not able to fully maximize that, but still a pretty decent overcap on that bottom side path here for Team XO.
Yeah, and they also get a little bit of value pushing that tier 2 Regieleki as well. They weren't able to get any really big knockouts, but providing that pressure really allowed EXO to just execute on that tier 1 in that bottom side, and that's put them in a pretty considerably solid point lead. And considering this is going to be the last rotation of that mid farm, these also last rotations of the top ult Aria's XO is going to be sitting pretty comfy on their farm, and New World Order, they need to make something happen here.
Yeah, this Dragonite's level 13 already. That's very massive for them. The highest level in the match currently. Venusaur trailing at level 12, but 2 level 12s on the side of XO. And not only that, Ribbon, but this is a Registeel, so as long as XO is able to clear this from the map, which looks like there's not going to be any contest, they're going to have a pretty nice ability to get boost on their attack and special attack, but New World Order with a little bit of a break here on this top side.
Yeah, I do like getting that little bit of a break right there, and so closely timed as well. If that was a second later, there were definitely going to be reinforcements coming and a Ray fight starting. But this has allowed New World Order to take a very aggressive position on this top side, but still being so many points behind. They're still the one that needs to make something happen. They might be able to get advantage of catching this Gyarados and getting vision on them, though.
Yeah, it looks like Eldegoss is going to throw some pollen puffs into, the pixel bush on the side of EXO. Both teams kind of just playing a little bit of a game of chicken. Mimikyu is kind of looking for some vision, maybe throw some of these Shadow Snakes, try to get somebody unsuspecting. But they're not quite doing a whole lot right now. Rayquaza is just now getting tapped.
Oh, wait, hold on. There's a Mimikyu in the back side. EXO has to pop the snow globe and deal with it fast. New World Order is trying to make it rain on the top side with that Verdant Anger. Gyarados is looking to clean up with some Dragon Currents, but unfortunately, Hoopa does get them out to safety. New World Order is losing multiple areas. Multiple members are falling. Venu does lead up a little bit more on the tail side, but will be finished up by the supporting cast of EXO. Full almost team wipe right there. Mimikyu coming fresh off the gate. Kyle, what a team fight.
Yeah, that was absolutely massive. If we were playing the VGC, looked like New World Order blacked out and had to return to Pallet Town for some reinforcements. But yeah, they still have a little bit of time here, but they have a little bit more than a 100-point deficit to make up. So that's going to be more than one score. They don't have a ability to have failing, so that's not a 120-point score. Wigglytuff is kind of peeking towards this basement side. Solar, though, maybe heading towards this top. It doesn't have a full pockets. Gyarados is kind of waiting in the wings right here. Going to be able to stop that. 64 points goes in the bottom. Are they going to be able to get to this goal here? 42 for Eevee. Are they going to be able to get it? Oh my gosh, Ribbon. That doesn't quite go in. 22 went in with this Eldegoss. I don't think that was enough, but it was a valiant effort there at the end.
Wow, so close, honestly. It was just a full break for points once both teams realized Ray was not on the map. XO almost frames away from making that 100-point difference, but New World Order just seconds, milliseconds
Yeah.
from that pad drop, canceling that 90 points that was about to go in. Really great play with me right there from Plusle to almost make that score happen.
Yeah, that would have been pretty wild if they would have gotten that out. That was a really good timed unite, by like you said, by Plusle able to at least stop the bot damage and that jump pad. That was probably the MVP of that match.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really great that New World Order was able to get in just a simple little 30 points that ended up turning into 60. The main point in that, though, is that they were able to do it with speed because since they had only their pockets 2/3 full, they could get that score in faster than just a full 50-point barrage. And especially with having two assisting teammates on the pad as well, just getting in that score honestly faster than XO could probably react.
Yeah, pretty massive there at that end fight where they are going to be switching sides here in just a second. But looking at the damage across the board, big numbers there. Venusaur 66k highest damage in the match, but the big number that I'm looking at, Gyarados with 8 eliminations. So that was some absolute domination. Earl and Mightyena really putting in the work. I mean, you saw those characters scaling. Dragonite was, I think, level 14 by Ray. Gyarados is level 13. So that kind of, told the story of it.
Yeah, and it just really didn't feel like that outside of like that Wigglytuff and like when the miracle times they were able to land the CCs, it seemed like it was things were fine, but outside of that, New World Order really just dominated and bullied through wherever they wanted to go and took through it with some pretty accurate precision too. So with this like Earl and Maya, this is what we expect. Honestly, like can see with teams that have had synergies for so long that they're able to just work comps like this double melee dive. Especially into something even like as dangerous as like getting caught out by like that Mimikyu play with me, or like taking a Venu beam. They were able to really just walk in and bully team fights, really control the tempo.
Yeah, they absolutely did. I mean, it didn't seem like there was a lot of team fights where New World Order came out on top. It really just seemed like EXO, whatever fight that they wanted to pick, they were winning those engages, and Dragonite really came through in a lot of those. And it showed Ada Lim or level 14 by Ray. Gyarados cleaned up a lot of those limbs. We do have a couple bans coming in for game number 2. They are resetting the outside bans. Looks like Mew World Order, they are going to be banning Gyarados. And XO, they're going to take Venusaur off the map. So looking to either stop either Wolf or Solar from, kind of popping off on the plant, the grass frog.
Yeah, and like shout outs to that Venusaur that they were able to really try to back up their Mimikyu diving in the back line. And EXO had to burn a lot of resources, pretty much purely all of their Unite pops in that team fight that they did eventually end up winning were during that initial Mimikyu engage. So I feel like that is just like a tip of the hat right there. From EXO and making sure that they can't have that option again.
Yeah, I mean, it's very smart, right? Solar is going to ban that Leafeon. Very interesting thought to ban the Leafeon here, knowing that you have first pick. Unless they just know that they don't want to deal with it. If they have somebody that plays it, it's something that they could have allowed to go through in first pick. But nevertheless, Umbreon, Trevenant again, Glaceon again, Leafeon again, all off of the map for this next match.
Yeah, a lot of the evolutions riding the side bench right now. I will say in a ban format where a lot of the evolutions are currently off the map, it is where Espeon does shine the most, I believe.
Love
New World
Espeon.
Order securing this Crustle first, and XO once again taking this Hoopa. Um, I really feel like it's interesting to see. Maybe possibly could have leave it up for later and see if New World Order wants to take it instead. But I feel like XO really had the tempo and really had the spring on New World Order with that tempo. So taking it first here, really nice.
Yeah. They're air grabbing that Crustle. Some New World Order setting up pretty tanky. I mean, you got the Crustle, you got the Eldegoss, and now you have your top laner. Potentially that could be going to the jungle, that sword, but either way, relatively tanky team so far. So they're going to have, they're saving their counter picks, their ranged attackers, if they want to, or if they want to go an extra dive for more of a counter play. But XO grabbing that Ninetales and Sylveon.
Oh yeah, I feel like New World Order honestly wanted those picks because that Espeon was insta locked right there. Um It's gonna be able to really kind of outrange both this Sylveon and this Alolan Ninetales though, so it's a really nice pickup. It's gonna be able to really back up whatever this Aegislash decides to charge into, and following it up with an Absol as well. Makes me think Mew World Order is kind of getting a really good double dive. It's gonna be really on EXO to work this A9 into overdrive and make sure that they don't get cleaned up too fast.
Yeah, I really like what they have. I think the double dive could actually work pretty well here. I mean, Hoopa's relatively squishy, Ninetales, Sylveon, relatively squishy, Pokemon that if you have a lot of burst, and I think burst too is another kind of key here against Hoopa, because if you have a lot of burst, you could kind of KO the things before they get to the portals. Because if you have kind of those fights that tend to prolong, that's kind of where Hoopa really shines, because a lot of times the characters can take their time getting back to the portals. Hoopa's, reset, get the reset on hyperspace and send another person back. So something where you have a lot of bursts, it's pretty beneficial.
And oh, sorry. And New World Order has a very interesting way that they could really play the niche of these team fights, right? They could really either play to the pick, and get and try to isolate members of Team EXO away from their allies with the use of that Rock Tomb, or they could look to catch this Dragonite out and then turn on the remaining members of the team. So this Slowbro and this A9 really just gonna have to focus and make sure to hold their cooldowns for whatever New World Order decides to do.
Yeah, bottom side looks like Solar and Eevee on this Crustle going to the bottom side. Low and Ninetales Slowbro again going to be in this bottom side. They're going to look to take this central. Indeedy, the secure does go over to the side of New World Order. Looks like Crustle was able to pick that up.
Yeah, good secure right there. XO really gonna need to get this Alolan Ninetales online early and fast, because this Espeon's gonna be really strong in getting those secures over their counterpart. Sending this Absol up here early, they might find this Hoopa unawares, having to pop that X speed even with the red buff, not able to stop a pursuit Absol from hopping on your face.
Yeah, that was very scary if you're the side of EXO. Almost got that Hoopa KO'd, had to grab the bear. I think it was actually put the berry in the middle, and Mew World Order was able to take advantage of that berry, of their own berry. But we got the top birds are coming. Looks like it's pretty much all taken by Mew World Order. It didn't look like Dragonair was able to get in exactly where they want, but Solar is up here now. 4 people on Mew World Order looking to push this tier 1 goal, but it's actually Dragonite able to get the KO onto that Absol.
Yeah, they were just able to really cut through and dice around Mew World Order, possibly looking for maybe a follow-up here. Espeon does find it. They are able to get the Doublade away and through a portal that Sylveon's just going to have to run back down from bottom side. But unfortunately, it does look like EXO, this A9 has been eating so good with that top lane of Roam. So this poor Dwebble is still looking to evolve.
Yeah, I think it should be able to here. No, it's still not enough. Yeah, the Slowbro Ninetales kind of deprived them from being able to do that. And just like that, that's a direct impact of them being able to get to these neutral Altaria family. Dragonair looking to dive in. Slowbro hunting in, throws on the X speed. Doesn't quite get the pick off that they want. Psyshock into the slow burst stuns them, doesn't chunk them down. Both teams gonna just go back and farm up on their safe sides.
Yeah, and honestly, this is really such a great matchup for Psyshock here because you've got two mid lane mages that really want to hold that middle ground, and then you've got this Dragonite that's wanting to look for a dive as well. And as you can see, just perfectly executed right there. Mu World Order executes off of just one Psyshock. They're getting their hands a little bit too stuck in the cookie jar, trying to secure too much of that farm. Exo's gonna now have tempo on the spot side.
Yeah, the Ninetales is absolutely the catalyst of that, throwing those Blizzard avalanches, and just like that, looks like Exo, like you said, has tempo for this. They are gonna try to rip this Regirock, but the Regirock also has tempo, grabs the KO onto it, but know who has tempo here, Ribbon? Solar able to steal it right from under the noses of Exo, and now Mu World Order, they're kind of flipping that Uno reverse card.
If your loved one has been abused by Regirock, please call the hotline. So much disorder right there from Team EXO. Losing that Dragonair in that Rock Barrage allows Mu World Order to just simply walk up and take that so freely with that Espeon Psybeam. It's going to definitely swing things, especially for picks that are already looking to turn on this. They've already got this Aegislash so close to a Unite. Absol at level 9, Espeon at level 8. Mu World Order is going to really just be able to take this game and swing with it.
Oh, that was an excellent wide guard there by the side of Mu World Order. Not only that, a big clutch secure on this Regieleki. And that's Solar once again stealing an objective out from Exo's, under their nose. Dragonite able to clean up a little bit of it, but oh man, if you're XO here, you're out scratching your head about what you could have done to maybe zone off Solar.
Yeah, and like this is like the thing is with this comp that Mu World Order's derived, right? They've got two very mobile, kind of dashy melee characters that have plenty of rip with them, and then you've got the wonderful secure in this Solar Espeon Psybeam Psyshock combo, and then you can start off team fights just like this as well, dipping in and out, trying to get around this A9. Unfortunately, the Solar Globe does catch two members of Mu World Order. They're gonna have to fall back, Crustle holding this bottom side against this Hoopa, and it's gonna be up to EXO to try to get some value before this Aegislash gets back.
Yeah, I think they are just gonna peel back and lick their wounds and hope to fight another day. Basement side, the Hoopa doesn't quite have their 9, so they aren't able to transport the team via Unite. However, they do have the ability to still take them through that hyperspace hole, but they're gonna have to hurry up because Absol is peeling onto this Regirock. Gonna absolutely just start shredding it, and I don't think XO is gonna be here in time, Ribbon. They look like they're just pushing this top path. They are gonna get some value here, but here comes Hoopa with the Rings Unbound, and there comes the team. Here comes EXO. They got a big team fight engaging. We have a Unite moves flying all over the map, and now Dragonite Ninetales go down on the side of Mu World Order. Eldegoss, Sylveon, or Espeon go down, but they're not done here, EXO is.
Yeah, EXO trying to maybe look for a little bit more of a push. I think this Absol would definitely clean up anything that really tries to step forward there, though. Really smart play of that Hoopa right there from EXO. BTP getting that one piece of farm that got them level 9 allowed Mu World Order to make that tier 1 push on the top side and has gotten them, more importantly, a point lead at the moment. And then a bot lane that still has plenty of health on both of those tier 1s, Kyle. I think these teams are going to definitely want to farm it out and scrap it out.
Yeah, 4 members down here for EXO. 3 members on the side of Mu World Order. Looking to maybe take this Regieleki off the map, maybe help, nerf this Hoopa and kind of, keep it from scaling well and doing what it does. But we have the Unite move out from Absol, but it's Dragonite that comes victorious out and grabbing that objective. And now this Regieleki is pushing in on Mu World Order. Basement side, though, we had a team wipe down here almost, and EXO is able to close out this goal zone.
Yeah, EXO just wins on both sides of the map simultaneously right there. They get a 2v2 win in the bot side that allows them to really crash that tier 1, and now EXO's kind of dominantly in the lead. And unfortunately, Espeon or Crustle were not able to find opportunity to use their Unite, so they're going to be raiding towards Rayquaza. And with a level 13 Dragonite already on the field, it's going to be really rough. And this Espeon is going to have to look for some sort of CC on top of that Dragonite to make sure that they don't get too caught out in a situation like that, for example.
Exhibit A, Dragonite gets another KO. We're going to add that to the list of the caster curses. Basement side, Regirock is going to get taken by Team EXO. Doesn't look like Mew World Order has really any interest in it. But EXO, they're going to have to watch out. This Regirock has had hands all night. And it almost, if that didn't get KO'd there, I think that Ninetales might have gone down too.
Oh, yeah. The objectives do damage, sometimes, and Regirock is that one prime example. But Team EXO is definitely going to be hefty sitting on the laurels of their point lead, especially now that they can bring this Hoopa to any sort of plan that Mew World Order is going to find. They're really just going to have to try to pencil their way in and look for some sort of engagement or maybe a flip.
Yeah, the flip might be the play. It's Rayquaza's down to half. Slowbro is coming in, looking to engage. Snow Globe is out. It's secured by Absol of all things, and Mew World Order gets a couple of pickoffs in the time. Nice X-Scissor there, able to zone out Crustle. Another nice use of the Rock Tomb, and that 70-pointer is going in. Mew World Order takes the lead, but just barely, Ribbon.
Oh, I'm pretty sure this 50 bomber is going to go in. That's a fresh Hundo Burger that is going to secure Mew World Order a pretty solid lead. Even though with a minute on the clock, they will be able to counter this Hoopa trying to score. Hopefully, they'll be able to get safety before it can lead to a push. It's going to take that Hoopa portal back, and Mew World Order is definitely going to see multiple members on this Upside, Kyle. It's going to need a really big push here from EXO without any Unites on the table. Meanwhile, Mew World Order still has that Rubble Rouser and that Aegislash swing to really close things out.
Yeah, here we go. Here comes the engage. Here we go. The coup de grace from Aegislash is out. Are they going to be able to get the pickoffs that they want? No. 3 members down for Mew World Order. EXO is pushing into this goal. Are they going to be able to get the Hundo Burger off? They are! And EXO is going to take a lead here, Ribbon, with 20 seconds to go.
Oh, what a script flip here. EXO is looking for more of a push, but I don't think Mew World Order is going to have any opportunity to score, any opportunity to hold. Everyone's just going to sit in the Pokemon Center and watch as EXO glitches victory from defeat, finds the miracle push on the tier 2, and takes this set 2-0.
Oh, what an incredible counter push from Team XO to take it there. They said hugs and kisses, goodbye, good night, Mew World Order. We're taking this set 2-0.
Yeah, and I don't even really blame the Crustle for being on the bottom side right there, because that Hoopa wasn't necessarily coming back fast on that portal, and kind of just slipped and then slinked away after they tried to score that Hundo Burger in the top side and were batted away by that Aegislash, right? So, Mew World Order has to be respectful of the fact that anybody from EXO could really peel off and try to go for that bottom pad. It's just unfortunate that the Crustle was not able to get that Rubble Rouser in range and allow that Hoopa to score that nice, big, juicy burger that secures them the dub today.
Yeah, that's massive. 683, 334, your final. EXO taking this series 2-0 in their week 2 matchup. Wow, that was 2 really great and close matches there. If you're Mew World Order, I mean, there's a lot that went right. Obviously, there's some things that went wrong in some of the early parts of the match, but honestly, both games kind of came down to a Ray flip, a last second call, really in both times for them.
Yeah, and I feel like EXO just had that seconds of advantage of decisiveness. And even though the flip does go to Mew World Order, they are able to at least break multiple shields and stop it at the tier 1s and allow the opportunity for that counter push.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, yeah, that was... Whew. Those are 2 really good matches. It couldn't have got much closer than that. I mean, came down to, what was it, milliseconds from being able to score that bot one in game one. This one, you get the Ray flip, you get the counter push, you get that 100 in, and then you get the counter push from XO and cleaning it up. Oh, that is 2 close games, 2 really good teams. Instant classic.
Yeah. Nah, though that is not a 2-0 that goes down, and that it's a 2-0 in the record books. Honestly, these are two teams that are pretty much neck for neck, bar for bar with each other, and it really did show throughout this set.
Indeed, Rooney. Let's see. Are we getting? Do we want to do an interview for this one? I know we couldn't do an interview for the other one, just with timing.
Oh, yeah, we could talk to some of EXO. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had them on the mic.
In chat. Yeah, honestly, I think the Dragonite was a great pick. It seemed like New World Order didn't quite have an answer to it. I mean, those extreme speed outrage, like just latch on and just keep punching and didn't really have an opportunity to kind of come back. So yeah, that Dragonite, I thought they were gonna go Hyper Beam, but outrage still pretty good.
Yeah, like it still does like perfectly fine. Especially into like certain matchups, and like even though you saw that New World Order like had the or excuse me, New World Order had the Alolan Ninetales. They had like those counters to that Dragonite, but it was still able to really use those E speeds to reposition out of the blizzards and like move out of CC still, and like use it to get through those little frames. So like Outrage Dragonite still does really well,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
Yeah, I think extreme speed, resetting its passive is also like huge because you can stay alive in the fight. So I think it still has its place in the match. Looks like we are gonna get an interview. Let's go to. Do you want to just go to where is it? Gaming, just the OG
Yeah,
gaming lobby.
let's go to the lobby.
Okie dokie.
Okay, shut up, Kyle.
A classic. A classic. Testing.
Hello.
How's testing? Hello, welcome on in. How's everybody?
Hello.
Good. Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you as well. Congrats on the big week 2 win. Talk to me about it. What do you think was the catalyst of some of those matches?
Well, we had a strat going into both of them, and D-Knight being our consistent pick both games helped out a lot. We're able to play with it pretty well.
D-Knight was cooking. Not typically what you see a lot get played. What made you decide Dragonite? And Outrage specifically?
Well, the first game specifically, we took the route of banning Blissey and taking Slowbro first pick so that they didn't have too much to save their backline from Outrage D-Knight. Any hard CC or like the Blissey Unite,
Yeah, when we saw they didn't have too much CC, and if they're squishier, if they have speedsters, like that's usually Earl's favorite choice for, not being a diveable jungler and strong late game, has stuns, so it seemed like a safe game for him.
Yeah, and it's like one of those picks that can still like surprisingly hold its own, even if like say an 850 fight upstairs goes awry, and now you've got a level 6 Zoroark in your jungle, right? Like it's still one of those picks that can like kind of keep it honest and make sure that it needs to hit them cooldowns or else. you know, you'll take it and you'll, you know, get the ball just right back. I feel like it's like where you guys pick that Dragonite is honestly like one of the like best counters that I've seen into Sylveon. Because like
Mm,
Sylveon
Mhm.
doesn't really enjoy, even like with like even with the mystical fire adaptation on the second swing of things. It didn't really seem like it was a pick that could really like keep Dragonite back. It just that sustained damage is something that just Dragonite could really just shrug off and just, you know, chase it down. So especially like through an E speed. uh Outside of that, like, how did you guys feel, especially about like that Mimikyu game one? Because that was such a close, like close comeback there from your World Order that almost caught you guys off guard. So, like both of those games, honestly, like had like really like big like breakout like last 30-second plays. Do you feel like that was like intentional, or do you just like guys just feel like kind of just like scrapped it all out and then like it kind of just turned into a last desperation kind of thing?
Well, for the game one, there was a bit of a miscommunication on our end. They did, New World Order did have a really good last minute push. It caught us a bit off guard, and we also had a bit of a miscommunication by leaving that bot tier one open. But yeah, both games were going really strong into the final push, even after Ray. Those are always exciting and intense.
Yeah, like especially that game too, because you guys really just like had to kind of keep MWO honest and not like all showing on vision, seeing, making sure that nobody like sneakily snuck away towards that tier two, and you were allowed to just keep that Crustle on the bottom side and then keep it back while you guys got the Hundo Burger in. That's kind of sealed things straight. So also, want to give you guys congratulations, of course, on, you know, breaking top 32 in UCS. Like
Thank you,
that's
thank
like,
you.
thank
you know,
you.
that's, you know, something awesome. Like especially with like other with like a lot of other teams in the scene as well. Like, you know, definitely breaking that top 32 kind of threshold. Uh, so, do you guys feel like you know, like this kind of like Dragonite like kind of focus for Earl and like the strats that you guys have been putting out in AOL has like transitioned into like your success in UCS, or you guys just feel like you guys are just able to take advantage of like UCS situation, the like USCS situation like this month like a lot more better?
I will say, sorry, Mighty, real quick, I just want to say, the rules for this league, having each team have that outside ban, it helps a
Mhm.
lot with us expanding our mon pool and seeing what works with other more
Yeah.
meta characters. So like being able to bring a meta character or like four meta characters and maybe one off meta and seeing how that can work, that helps a lot, and then it can give us confidence to bring it out in UCS.
Yeah, it's helped us especially me like, since I playing top lane because you can
Mm.
play attackers, defenders, all rounders, speedsters up there. So like I've had to learn so many new mons because they would always get banned with all the bans in Articuno.
Oh yeah.
But it helped us like you know figure out new counters like and so like sometimes we're not afraid to give the other team a Leafeon because we know what mons would work into it and not you know make it successful. And then in terms of the Dragonite, it also helps like knowing certain comps. So like we heard like in Latin America, they like to do a lot of double speedster comps. So having the D Knight was like really good into that. So
Mhm.
I think it's just good to be able to have a variety of choices. So even if your comfort pick gets banned, you still have good comfort somewhere else.
Absolutely. um Kyle, you have anything else on your mind?
No, there's big congratulations. I do have one question. I think this is very important. Who pops off the
Yeah.
most in that moment there when you break that tier 2 goal at the end of game 2?
in VC.
Oh yeah.
It was me who scored that 100, the hoopa. I got, very excited, but I was still focused. I didn't know how much we were down. I still wanted to lock in and keep pushing and get more scores in just to get more further the comfort.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and our team, Earl and Glocky wasn't here, but they're like the most energetic people in VC, so they're always yelling and really excited.
Well, it's a big moment, big win. Congrats on the week 2 win. Best of luck in your matchups next week. And then as we go through the playoff tournament, obviously, I'd love to see you guys go make a deep run. I know last tournament, you guys made a deep run. So hopefully get a nice deep run this time. And, swallowed something. I'm not tearing up. You're tearing up. But congrats and good luck for the rest of the ride.
Thank you guys so
We
much.
appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Always.
Alrighty. Well, on that note, let's find out. Who are we rating out to today, Ribbon?
Let's see.